Hey guys, it's time for another book haul. And yes, I have a problem. You know, I may have a problem with buying too many books, but you know what? At least I'm not a drug addict or I drink megatons of alcohol, you know? So yeah, a book obsession is okay. I think it's okay to be addicted to books. So yeah, let's get going into this book haul. Once again, if you've been watching the last several months when I've been doing these book hauls, I am severely behind on book hauling. I have quite a few books that are probably a good year old that I have never even hauled on this channel. Some of these books I have read, some of these books I haven't, and yeah, I've put up some reviews for a lot of these as well. So yeah, let's just get going. I got 20 books to share with you guys. The first book that I have is actually a coloring book, and you guys, do you believe this? I was on Goodreads because I noticed that this coloring book has an ISBN number, so I typed it in on Goodreads, and sure enough, you can put this, you know, in your shelves on Goodreads. Isn't that cheating? I mean, this isn't something you're reading. It's like I could sit right now and say, oh, I'm currently reading this, and add it to my 50 book challenge and whatnot. So I don't know, I feel like that's cheating. I have this on my bookshelves on Goodreads, but I might remove it because I feel like this is just cheating because it's just a coloring book. But I still just decided to go ahead and include it in this book haul because I'm amused with the fact that Goodreads considers this an actual book. And I have actually already done quite a few pages in here. Here's a couple right here. And then I'm actually halfway done with this one right here. And then I have just the rest of the book to go through. But yeah, I'm actually having a pretty fun time with this coloring book. It's very relaxing. Believe it or not, when I'm sitting and watching booktube videos from you guys, the majority of the time I just have my headphones on, I have the computer to the side, and I'm just sitting here coloring while I listen to you guys. It's a great way to kind of binge watch my way through a bunch of booktube videos. The next book I have here to haul is Jonathan Strange and Mr. Norrell by Susanna Clarke, and this is about two rival magicians during like the early 1800s, during like the Napoleonic Wars and whatnot. And oh my god, you guys, this book is incredible. I originally watched the miniseries, I fell in love with the miniseries, and I was like, I have to get this book. And it's good. It's just as good as the miniseries. Next, I have books 1 through 5 of the Resident Evil manga series by Naoki Serizawa. Let's hope I pronounced that correctly. I'm a huge fan of the Resident Evil video games, so I had to pick up these manga issues. If you don't already know, the Resident Evil video game series is about like a zombie apocalypse, kind of like The Walking Dead. And these manga graphic novel thingies are like a continuation of some of the video games, is what my understanding is. Next, I have A Curious Beginning by Diana Rayborn, and this is an ARC copy that I won on Goodreads, and this is historical fiction taking place maybe during the 1800s? Yes, late 1800s. Not entirely sure what the overall plot is, but it sounds like a mystery adventure sort of thing with a woman being the leading protagonist. Next, I have The Maid by Kimberly Cutter, and this is historical fiction about Joan of Arc, and I have already read and reviewed this book if you would like to find out more about it. Then I have Once We Were Brothers by Ronald H. Balson, and this is about an elderly man who is a Holocaust survivor, and one day he busts into this grand party being held by this philanthropist dude, and this elderly man claims that this other guy is like a Nazi, a former Nazi, SS. So yeah, kind of a mystery sort of thing. Half of it takes place present day, half of it takes place during World War II. and I have already read and reviewed this if you would like to find out more about it. Next, I have Fairest of Them All by Carolyn Turgeon, and this is a fairy tale mashup between Rapunzel and Snow White, and just judging from the synopsis of this book, the mashup of those two pairings sounds so unique and fascinating, and I cannot wait to get to it to see how the two mash together. And they just sound like they mash in very interesting ways, and it's just a really tiny book, but yeah, sounds really, really good. Next, I have book 6 in the Mortal Instruments series by Cassandra Clare called City of Heavenly Fire, and yeah, can't wait to get to this one. I still need to read the last 3 books in the Mortal Instruments. I plan on rereading the first 3 books and then also rereading the Infernal Devices before heading into the final 3 books. So yeah, cannot wait to get to this one. It's a huge book. But oh my goodness, I love this cover. It's so pretty and shiny. Next, I have Figment by Jim Zub, and this is a graphic novel put out by Marvel Comics. And this is coming off of the Disney Kingdoms series that Disney is putting out, where they're taking some of their most popular attractions and creating graphic novel stories out of them. And as the title suggests, this one is about Figment, and Figment is just this little pink-purple dinosaur that's just basically kind of imagination. So yeah, this graphic novel, it follows this young inventor named Blarian Mercurial, and he just happens to kind of create Figment out of his imagination. So this is just about the two of them and their adventures as it goes through some fantastical worlds and then also through steampunk Victorian London. And yeah, I have already read this. I don't know if I have a review for it yet. I think a review is coming soon, so stay tuned. Next, I have book 2 in the Dorothy Must Die series. This one is called The Wicked Will Rise by Danielle Page. Yeah. I can't really say too much about this since it's a sequel. I am looking forward to it. I had some issues with Dorothy Must Die, but I still liked it. The last half of the book is what impressed me the most, more so than the first half. So yeah, I can't wait to get to this sequel. And this is a really cool cover. I love the covers of these Dorothy Must Die books. The first book had like Dorothy on the cover, and then this one has like the Wicked Witch. I just love how the design is overall. Next, I have The Suicide Exhibition by Justin Richards, and this is World War II historical fiction, and it's about this group of people who team up to try and stop this alien race from invading the planet. And in the meantime, this alien race has teamed up with the Nazis, and I have already read and reviewed this book if you'd like to find out more about it. Next, I have a non-fiction book called The Princes in the Tower by Alison Weir, and I guess you can just figure out the purpose of this non-fiction. It's about the missing princes in the tower, the 2 sons of Edward the Fourth? Right, I think it's Edward the Fourth. They were the sons of King Edward the Fourth and his wife Elizabeth Gray, right? I'm drawing a blank right now, you guys. I know the history. I'm just drawing a blank for whatever reason. But yeah, I love the whole mystery surrounding the princes in the tower, and then whether or not their uncle King Richard III had them killed. So yeah, I'm very interested to read this and hear Alison Weir's thoughts and opinions on the disappearance of the 2 princes. Next, I have Once Upon a Time Out of the Past, and this is a graphic novel based off of the television series Once Upon a Time, which is basically a big, huge fairy tale mashup. So yeah, if you love Once Upon a Time, you need to get your hands on this graphic novel. I have read and reviewed this if you'd like to hear further thoughts and opinions. And let me tell you right now, if you do love the television series, this graphic novel is well worth it alone just to read the origin story of Jefferson the Mad Hatter. Next, I have The Royal We by Heather Cox and Jessica Morgan, and this is about an American girl named Bex who goes to college in England, and just down the hallway she is neighbors with the future King of England, Nick. And oh my god, this book, I loved it. It is total Kate Middleton and Prince William fan fiction. but who the hell cares? I loved it. And a review of this should be coming sometime in the near future, so stay tuned. Next, I have Anastasia and Her Sisters by Carolyn Mayer, and this is historical fiction taking place during World War I with the last of the Romanovs, focusing on, as the title says, Anastasia Romanoff and her 3 sisters. And I also will have a review of this coming sometime in the near future, so stay tuned. I was a little disappointed with this book, I'll go ahead and let you guys say, but yeah, just wait for the review. And the last book that I have here to show you guys is a bind-up of 4 of Mark Twain's novels, and the books in here include The Adventures of Tom Sawyer, The Prince and the Pauper, The Adventures of Huckleberry Finn, and A Connecticut Yankee in King Arthur's Court. I cannot believe I have not read any Mark Twain. I can't believe I went through all 4 years of college never having read Mark Twain. So I saw this gorgeous bind-up of all 4 of these books, and these are all 4 books that I've been dying to read for years now. So I can't wait to read these. So that's it for this book haul. Have you guys read any of these books? Do you want to read any of them? Just let me know your thoughts down below. So that's it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. And if you liked this video, you may like these other videos. Bye guys.